No sign of them, you got this. No, nothing. You got loads. 40 metres. Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. I've got 3 weeks now until Copenhagen Marathon, so not very long at all. We've just driven down to Battersea Park on a Saturday morning. It's currently 8 o'clock. We left sort of the Chelmsford area at about 6. We're here for a run-through event. I've got a friend that I met when I was out in Kenya in March called Nina. She's a professional runner based in Finland, sorry. Get it right. She is looking for a pacer today, so I said I'd come and help her out. But we're going to be running pretty quick still. 15:50 is the goal, so 3:10 per kilometre. See how we get on. My PB is about a minute quicker, so hopefully I'll be able to do that for her. But we've just come down to the park now, and I'm going to collect the number, get warmed up, and yeah, get stuck in.
This is the content.
So I've got my lucky top on, the Kenya top. This is where me and Nina actually met, so I thought it was only fitting to wear that t-shirt today. I'm going to be wearing the Metaspeed Sky Paris for the 5k. I think I'm actually going to wear these for the marathon. They're probably my favourite super shoe at the moment. Might change between now and Copenhagen, but we'll see. I just wanted to explain a little bit about today's race. It's put on by the guys at Run Through, which are one of the biggest sort of like race organisers here in the UK. And this year they've tried to put on a series that sort of focus more on the top end of racing here in the UK. So they're called the Top Flight races, where basically they try and attract some of the best runners in the UK to take part in a series. So today's 5k race is part of that series, where basically you have to have, I think it's sub 16 for men and probably around 18:30 for women. So just to encourage like the real fast speedy guys to come down and hopefully make this a really interesting event. So you don't actually pay to enter, which is amazing. Like, credit to Run Through for putting this on. And there's some serious prize money on offer as well, so we should see some pretty speedy boys at the front, some international runners. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this race goes. It should be a good one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So for this race, I thought I'd do something different. Instead of putting the usual music over the race footage, I thought I would talk you through how things went with a bit of a voiceover. So going into this race, Nina's PB was 15:54. She's the Finnish 3 times national champion, and she was looking to better her PB and secure some ranking points that could help her qualify for the Paris Olympic Games and other international competitions this year, such as the Europeans. Went through the first kilometre in 3:12. Originally we'd planned to go through in about 3:10, so slightly slower than what we had anticipated, but with a few corners and the race start, we just wanted to settle into a nice pace. At this point, Nina was joined by 2 of the other female athletes in this race, Holly Archer and Shona Heaslip. Both great runners in their own rights. But Nina, as you can see, meant business from the gun. She was chasing the time, chasing those points, so she had to try and ignore those athletes as much as possible. She didn't want to get drawn into a tactical race. Coming up now to the 2nd kilometre. Slight gap there between me and Nina. I didn't know it at the time, but I think maybe just because there's a little bit of congestion with other runners on this lapped course. But as you can see in this next clip, she closed that gap and got right alongside me, which was a really good sign for me. I knew she was feeling good. I knew we could push on. We went through the 2nd kilometre in 3:05, so slightly quick on that downhill section.
Relaxed. We're on pace.
So I was just keen on making sure she stayed relaxed, didn't push too hard early on in this race, but at the same time kept her moving forward at that solid sort of 3:05 to 3:10 per kilometre pace. So here we are coming in to the end of the first lap. It was a 2-lapped course. Nina is absolutely locked on to my heels to the point where we started to catch up some of the male runners in the race that maybe had gone off a little bit too fast. So here we are on that second lap. Just about to go through the 3 kilometre mark.
3:12.
3:12 again, so we went 3:12, 3:05 and 3:12. In my head I knew that averaged out to about 3:09, so we were on pace. I just had to keep this up for another 2 kilometres.
Come on, Nina. Last push. Downhill now.
So this for me is the hardest bit in a 5k, and I'm sure Nina would agree. Between 3 and 4 kilometres, your body's screaming at you, telling you to stop. You've still got 2 kilometres to go, but you've got to maintain that effort. Now the reason I wanted to leave this video without any music is just so you can get a little bit more of an understanding of how hard
Good, 20 metres still.
athletes like Nina are prepared to push themselves to achieve their goals. A lot of people, when they run their own 5Ks, think that for pro runners it's easy when you get fitter. But as you can hear,
let's go.
she is pushing at 100%. I was also feeling strong at this point, probably around 90% effort for me. So still a solid effort, but I still had enough in the tank to help Nina push on towards that finish line.
Come on. Come on, keep this up. Come on.
As you can hear there, with every grunt Nina was giving out, I was trying to offer some words of encouragement just to give her that positive affirmation to keep pushing towards that line. Just coming up to the 4th kilometre. Again, this was a quick one in around 3:05, but I knew Nina was right on my heels and I had to just keep this going for her, act as her carrot.
800, 2 laps.
To push her towards that finish line.
No sign of them, you've got this. No, nothing.
So here Nina was just
You've
asking
got loads.
me how far away
40 metres.
are the girls behind her. Nina is an athlete who's very strong, but she may not have the kick of some of the other female athletes in this race, so she was keen to maintain that gap going into the last few kilometres. So here we are, about 500 metres to go, coming in to the finishing straight.
Come on!
Crowds are really good in Battersea Park.
Come on, all the way!
She pushed all the way to the line, and if you look at on the right hand side, you can see the clock as she comes across the finish line in 15:34 for a 20-second personal best. Incredible running.
Amazing. Very good, well done. 34, 15:34, something like that. Amazing. Smashed it. Yeah, we started slow, too slow in this first bit.
I think it was okay because it felt like a shock still. I don't know why, but because I felt I did a really good warm up. But so it was good. And I think this was the slowest case. So it's good.
Yeah. 3:09 average. Really good.
Nice.
I think 15:34.
Sub 15:40.
So 20-second PB.
Yeah. There we go. That's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah. My dream was because the top 10 in Finnish history is on the track 15:42.
Okay.
So I was like, if it's a really good day, I could top the 10 in the history. But this was nice because this helped me on the European.
Yeah.
And even Paris.
Yeah.
Because now it's all about the ranking.
The ranking points.
Yeah.
When we went around the first corner, there was the pack of us, right?
Yeah.
And I was a little bit ahead. I was like, oh, where's Nina gone?
Yeah.
And then I came back, and then we basically just pulled away from the group. Okay, so we just finished the race. Finished. Nina's finish. Is that a joke? I don't know. A terrible one if it is. Anyway, we ran 15:34 unofficially. Nina ended up winning the women's race, which is amazing, and a 20-second PB. So yeah, I think I did a pretty good in terms of pacing. I wasn't that even. I think fastest was 3:12, and the slowest, was 3:12 per kilometre, and the fastest was around 3:04. So yeah, really, really good race. She was super strong throughout. She's about to go on the podium now. I feel so great. I feel like I almost won that race myself. I've got that sort of same post-race buzz, but it's yeah, big breakthrough for Nina. Hopefully she can go even quicker than that, and I think she's got another couple of 5Ks coming up. So 15:34 today, 22nd PB, and hopefully, yeah, that will help her get some good ranking points. Yeah, a big race and a huge PB for Nina.
Nina today.
Woo!
Big well done
Go
to
Nina!
all three of our runners.
So I'm here with Nina, the winner of the women's race here in the 5K. How was it today?
Yeah, it was perfect. Thank you so much for the help.
No worries, my pleasure.
Yeah. I was just talking with the other people, and I think this race was perfect. Like it was a really good route, and of course when you were helping me the whole way, that was the big difference.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have pushed like that by myself, because this was like a maximal all-out race for me, and you heard my breathing. It wasn't like, yeah, I'm having an easy run here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't have delivered that time without you. So yeah, it was really good, and I felt strong. But it's always like when it comes to racing, it's different. I knew I'm in shape, but that you can deliver a time when you have to,
Yeah.
it's always a different thing. And today, I think my like A goal was 15:40 something, and
Yeah.
I went under that. So
Amazing.
I wouldn't have believed this time if this was unreal time for me today. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I was just speaking with one of the race organisers, and he was
Yeah.
telling me about how it's a world recognised event. What does that mean to an athlete of your level in terms of the ranking system?
Yeah, it means everything, because for example in Finland we don't have one single 5,000 meter or 5K, which is a ranking race before Rome.
Yeah.
So that means if I want to qualify to Rome, to the Europeans, I have to go somewhere else, because if I do a park run, 5K park run, and it's not measured,
Yeah.
it can be 4.5 kilometers, and I wouldn't like to qualify or know that somebody qualifies from a fake race. And this means this is high quality, the best quality. If you would run a world record here, you could do it, and then
Yeah.
it was certified. And I think for me, I'm only running those kind of runs because I chase the ranking points, nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking back to when we first met out in Kenya in March, and Nina actually stayed in the room next to me, and I remember you would knock on my door and say I'm going to do my mobility now, and mobility isn't something I really do much of,
Yeah.
stretching and stuff, so Nina would always come knock on my door and say, come on Ben, we're going to do some stretching. So today was my sort of turn to repay the favour, do some pacing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you got the result.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, it makes a great video, so
Yeah.
Thanks
And do
for
you
that.
still do your mobility?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do it right now.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nina.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
So that wraps up the race vlog from Battersea Park. Really fun morning, really enjoyed pacing Nina. She did a great job, and to come away with a 22nd PB, I mean, it couldn't have been any better. So yeah, really happy for her. Also, in terms of my training, I felt pretty good. So I'm leaving the race feeling nice and confident with 3 weeks to go to my marathon. So yeah, everyone's a winner. But if you enjoyed the vlog, please leave a like, subscribe and all that jazz. But until next time, aspire to run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.